Hello, my name is Jaden Young, and this is my TED Talk. So, to begin to answer the first question, what is the danger of a single story as it relates to your life? My answer to that would be that the danger of that is even people from the same places, right, have multiple different outlooks and backgrounds on life. So, you can't use a single story to define them, and that's a very dangerous concept that cannot be allowed, right? To answer the second question, what did I learn from this course? I think the biggest thing, I learned a lot of things from this course, but one of the things I want to cover is respectability politics. I think that's a thing that's often talked about in, early schooling, but up until this class, I didn't really learn about it in depth. And, I hear about it from my parents. Dress a certain way, look a certain way, but it's all about conforming, right? And just learning about respectability politics really stuck with me. I think that was my favorite unit to learn about, and that was when I was most engaged. To answer the next question, what did you learn from this course, and are there connections you can make between topics in this course and your life? I learned a lot of things from this course, but I think the biggest connection that I can make was, as I said before, the respectability politics unit. Because I think that's like the biggest thing that my parents talked about, and that was like the biggest thing that I pulled from this class. But that aside, I loved learning about everything from this class, from the Four Little Girls documentary to stereotypes of black women, right? And to answer the next question, how can you use the knowledge gained in this course in the future? So I think I can use the knowledge gained in this course to educate others about different things. One thing I want to reference is when we were learning about stereotypes, Mammy, Jezebel, and Sapphire. I think that's something that's not often talked about in enough detail. People just just think, oh, there's a black woman stereotype, and then they move on. And one thing I want to talk about is I actually taught one of my mentors. I have, he was looking over my assignments, and he actually learned something when I showed him the Mammy, Jezebel, and Sapphire stereotypes. And he learned something from that. So that made me happy that, wow, just from working and attending on this class, I was able to teach someone else something. I think that just feels amazing. Another thing I want to talk about is two topics that stood out to me the most. Aside from everything else I just talked about, the Four Little Girls documentary really stuck out to me because we learn about we knew that segregation has happened throughout history, but I feel like when we're in history class, it's just Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and then that's it. They don't really go into depth and go into detail, but I think that documentary was amazing because it showed the reality of the situation in Birmingham, and I think that was excellent to learn about the tragic church bombings, how white citizens felt about blacks and their views on segregation. I thought that was very good to learn about. And finally, another topic I wanted to talk about was the role of our grandmothers, our mother's gardens. That's what it was called. I thought that was really empowering, and it gives an outlook on the mothers and black mothers and grandmothers, and spirituality and all that amazing stuff. And that's the end of my TED Talk.